Did Arsenal deserve that today?
100%. Arsenal was the better team. They definitely deserved to win the game. The two bigger decisions, they are like, you can discuss that. We're discussing it back and forwards, but they definitely deserved to win the game.
What would you say, Michael?
Disappointing from Spurs. Really, really disappointing. Yeah, they went ahead with a great goal. However, from poor Harry Kane up front, he must have been so disappointed. He had a great effort at the end. But it was only when they went down to 10 men, final 10 minutes, that they really had a go. They were on the front foot and you're thinking, here we go, can they nick a draw out of it? But until then, it was very defensive, very slow. Really disappointing afternoon for Spurs.
It was a great goal, as you say, but would you even accept that it came completely against the run of play in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. For sure. I think it was one of the first times that Spurs got in the box. I mean, it's a fantastic goal. I mean, the ball from Gareth Bale, cross, Reguilon first touch, and this touch from Moura. Erik Lamela couldn't do what else.
He could have hit it with his right foot.
Yeah, he probably knows his right foot's not as good as his left, and he just puts his body in that position. And since he came on, he's always playing on the edge. He's got that energy. And unfortunately, we see what happened in the second half. When you play on the edge, you're always running that risk. Fantastic goal, absolute sensational goal.
On that technique, Jamie, I mean, we did check with our stats experts. He's made 276 passes this season going into this game.
Right.
14 of them were with his right foot. Does that help to explain why he attempts it in the first place?
Exactly, and it's so natural to him. He scored a goal in the Europa League doing it. He's definitely better at doing that than he is tackling. I'd stick to this if I was him. But it's a stroke of genius. You know, he improvises so well, and it's something that's so natural for him. He obviously does it a lot in training. Some players just find it an easy technique to do. Other players will probably fall over and make a complete fool of themselves. And it is a brilliant piece of skill. But what he does afterwards, you know, it's almost stupidity at times.
We'll come to that, Jamie. But how important was it, Freddie, that Arsenal did get themselves back in before half-time?
No, but it's a critical moment of a game that, like, if you can get back just before half-time, is psychologically damaging for Spurs and obviously good for Arsenal. Like, defending is so poor. But to get this in, a bit of luck on the, the deflection. But important, you get in there when you're high in half-time, otherwise you're much lower. So that was important for them.
It's poor from Spurs' point of view, but what Arsenal had all game was a pattern of play. They understood that Spurs had a weakness with Doherty and Bale. They exploited it. They kept getting 2v1s. Tierney was magnificent today. I mean, an incredible left back. What a player he is. And they kept doing that. Whereas Spurs, they play out from the back. I don't think they've got an idea of how to play out from the back. They don't do it well enough, whereas Arsenal, throughout the game, look composed. Again, this is one of the mistakes. Brilliant by Pepe. A fantastic ball. Good first touch. I think we're pretty unanimous here. We don't think it's a penalty. I will say it's reckless from Sanchez, but I don't really think it's a penalty.
Michael?
Yeah, the ball from Pepe is sensational. And he just brings Hugo Lloris in to make that pass, and he nicks it. And then when, like I said, makes that touch, he just gives Sanchez a little opportunity. Sanchez goes to make the block, and because the ball's high up, you think, does Lacazette kick Sanchez? We've been in this major discussion here. I'm thinking, what else can Sanchez do? Unless he lets him shoot. As soon as he comes across, he makes that block. But I think Lacazette kicks it. The only thing is reckless and high, but the ball's bouncing.
So you think Lacazette kicks him?
Well, Lacazette, when he got interviewed thereafter, said he might have been fortunate to get the penalty. Sanchez comes, yes, probably slightly too late, but Lacazette touches the ball first and it's gone away. If he nudges him, I'm still not sure.
Freddie?
We talked about it so many times. I actually, I mean, Laka says it himself, they're a bit lucky. And I've been thinking about if I came with the ball down on my feet and I dribble, I get a tackle from the inside, I shoot into the heel of the defender and I get a shot off, I will not get a penalty for that. So this is like, I think they're very lucky to get this penalty.
It's given on field as well. So VAR's decision is that a clear and obvious error that Michael Oliver has made or not in awarding the penalty?
Yeah, he's the best referee there is. But I reckon they purely deemed it on just being a bit reckless and out of control in the tackle. He catches him sort of knee high. I don't think it is a penalty. He misses the ball and he comes clattering into him a little bit, but I just don't think it warrants a penalty in this situation. But I tell you what, he does take it well.
He really himself down the battle of the two Frenchmen.
Yeah, and it is a great penalty. And he'll feel vindicated, the manager. He's left out his star player and Lacazette came in and played ever so well.
Well, of course, Spurs had to do it the hard way towards the end of the game, down to 10 men, because Erik Lamela, having scored the Rabona, manages to get himself sent off. Let's have a look at both the booking incidents. This was the first one, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you go to ground nowadays, you can't tackle. That's how it is. You think he gets the ball first time, but then it's followed through for the first yellow. I think then when me and Freddie were talking then, if you're going tight to someone, he's got to use his arm. The only thing is he just catches him in his chin. If he's using his body, he's trying to keep him away, protect the ball. But as soon as that, Michael Oliver, straight to his pocket. There was no doubt that it was a second yellow card. I'm not so sure. You need to use your arm to keep your defender away. Freddie, if I'd have gone that tight, not that I ever got that tight to you, I'd have felt it straight in the chin, no doubt. But
yeah, no, but if I'm a winger and I walk inside on the pitch, I need to protect that ball. Because if you toe poke it away, that's a counter. So for me, I would automatically put up my arm to be able to do that. So of course he hits him a little bit on the shin, but like it's quite cheap, I must say. Because here, if you look at it, he's just holding up. He doesn't even see Katie. He doesn't look at his face. It's bad luck.
I think it's a second yellow. When you've been booked and you start throwing your elbow around like that, I think you're asking for trouble.
But it's not an elbow, it's the hand.
Well, it's a bit of a hand. Yeah, it's just,
that's my thing. If it's an elbow, 100% off.
That's when we saw the best of Spurs, actually. 4 of their 6 attempts came when they were down to 10 men, including this one. Or 2.
They had a bit of a go. I think that was a disappointment, I think, from Spurs' point of view, Michael. And you alluded to it. They didn't do enough early in the game. I know you lose Son, which is obviously so difficult, but they didn't do enough. They didn't start well enough. There was no sharpness about their play. And Arsenal were just better throughout until that last 10 minutes.
I wish I'd done that early on. We talk about Tierney. He said there, he's overlapping. Put him on the back foot, make him defend, get the ball to Gareth Bale, get on the front foot. Instead of being so defensive, it gives him the opportunity then to overlap and cause Doherty problem. And that's what happened with the first goal.
Does it, Freddie, reflect well on the coach that he did take decisive action and the team hasn't suffered because of it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's difficult. You take out your best striker, that makes you a bit nervous. If we lose, the media will go after you. But like when it happens like today, it's perfect. You put the point in, whatever it is that happened, and you punished him, and you still won the game. So he won on all fronts.
He did, and they're only 5 points off the top 6 now, Arsenal, having beaten Spurs. And let's get Jose Mourinho's reaction with Patrick Davis. Oh, well, apparently Michael Oliver was in Kiev, but he is widely regarded as one of the very best officials that we do have in the Premier League. But clearly, Jose felt it went against him, that big call today. Is there a bigger question, Michael, about why, as Jose acknowledged there, they were so off the pace in the first half, having not travelled on Thursday night? And if you remember, Arsenal did travel in the end and Spurs stayed at home.
Well, they were really off it, that's for sure. The performance was well below par. Not what I expected from Spurs, the form they've been in. Very lethargic, very defensive. Never took the game to Arsenal like we were expecting, really get on the front foot. Jose was very honest. Probably the last 15 minutes they had a goal when they went down to 10 men, but it's 2-1. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. The game's done, and you just hope to come the end, that little bit of magic from Harry Kane when it dropped to Sanchez. Could they have got something? It wouldn't have been deserved because they were well below par, not the usual Spurs that we've seen over recent weeks.